Hey everyone, Paul here, and we're back at a Fortnight at Frenni Fazclaire's. This is from Night Fox Works, and you can find it over at Itch.io. Now, we're going to be doing Night 2, I do believe. I'm having a hard time. I just played another visual novel, Five Nights at Freddy's / anime, you know. An adult one like this, except there's a lot more adult stuff in it. That's over at Patreon, but can't remember the name of that one. Jeez, I wish I could. But oh yeah, it's a Security Overload. I think that was the name of it. But yeah, so in this one, let's get into it and see where we are. I don't remember. It's been a few days. I'm greeted with the sound of singing once I get through the reception area. On stage is Frenni. She's dancing to the beat like an idiot, or like an idol belting out an upbeat tune in a language I can't quite make out. Oh yeah, that's right. We got the texting from Foxy, or Fexy. I don't know what names they're going by. I can't remember. There's too many of these adult fan games where they change the names up of everybody. I don't know. As she performs, she makes eye contact with me, winks, points to her table, and winks again. Just to be on the safe side, I check the clock on my phone. Technically, my shift doesn't start for another 10 minutes. Hey, that means you can do things with them. You're not on the clock yet. You're a patron. Perhaps I should sit down and enjoy the show. Yeah, we should save. Watch Frenni... yeah. I take a seat at the table Frenni's pointing at, offering her a smile and a wave in return. Frenni finishes up her current song before turning towards me and smiling back. This next one goes out to a special someone in the audience. Surprisingly, the stage lights kick into action along with a sick beat. Frenni twirls the mic around in her hand, swaying back and forth as she begins to sing. Every night, the dream's always the same. Can't escape these walls of dark decay. Feel me drowning underneath the waves. Every time it never seems to change. Your voice is that of an angel. There's real emotion behind those words, just not an act. I lean forward, enthralled. To change. Took you away and now, they're gonna get it. All I have. You know now you're gone, and I just want to have you back again. My eyes are glued onto Frenni, and I couldn't look away even if I wanted to. Hollow heart is all I have today. Someone came and pulled away the veins. They stitched it up and put me on display. But nothing seems to cure me of the pain. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? Or is Frenni crying? Can animatronics even cry to begin with? Ah, I remember those eyes. She got into our office, or well, we invited her in, and she didn't let us live through that, I don't think. Took you away and now, they're gonna get it, all I have. You know now you're gone. And I just want to have you back again. The song begins to wrap up, but I want more. I savor every last beat, jiggle, and word as Frenni finishes the song. Took you away. Took you away. Took you away. Took you... Okay, this is the same thing. I was getting a little tired of saying the same line. Well, the lights shut off at the conclusion of the song. Then the house lights come up, and Frenni's seated at the edge of my table. So, hot stuff, what'd you think? That was a beautiful song. Sad, emotional, captivating. She laughs, a hand on her chest as she playfully pushes my shoulder with the other. You're too kind, but please, do keep praising me. Well, I think there's more to you than meets the eye. Transformers. And what does is already quite appealing. I look forward to seeing more of you. She slides closer, giggling. Fexo is right. You are too good for us girls. But I think your alarm's about to go off. She points at my phone right as midnight ticks over and my alarm clock goes and my alarm clock sounds. I fumble to turn it off. When I look back up, Frenni is gone. I really need to figure out how she's doing that. Is she just fast like Fexa, or is there more play? She's like Batman. Whatever the case, I slide out of my seat and head for the security room. By the time I sit down in front of the laptop and the camera feeds, the sound of heavy rainfall permeates through the building. Every so often, there's a flash of light on some of the cameras, followed by a peal of thunder. There's no note in the office telling me that a mess needs cleaning or something needs to be restocked. However, there is now a phone and an answering machine on the desk. The light is flashing, and by instinct, I hit the playback button. "Do I have anything for you to deal with tonight, kid? But you picked a bad time to sign on. Oh, what's happening now? Getting a thunderstorm on your second night's gonna be rough. Some of the animatronics don't take well to thunder. If the power goes out, then all of them will automatically activate and seek out the highest authority in the building. That'd be me. Remember, no fucking the animatronics, even if they come on to you. Ciao." The lights flicker one right on cue. That doesn't bode well. And if the night couldn't get any weirder, my phone vibrates from a text. Get out now. Seriously, who is this? This isn't funny. Of course, message can't be delivered. Why bother? One thing's for sure, I'm not leaving the security room anytime soon. I could try some of the hacking tricks I picked up earlier to pass the time. Or maybe I should wait until 3 a.m. rolls around so I'm not caught on some hidden camera. Save time. We're gonna try hacking it. I have nothing better to do, so I try and mess around with the laptop using what I learned before coming tonight. Almost immediately, the first attempt fails and throws up a security alert saying that the action has been logged. I start to panic, but force that down to try something else. Second attempt gets me an admin access. I'm able to erase the security alert so there's no sign of my failed attempt. Nice job. Whew, that could have been much, much worse. I remember that all the tutorials talked about making a secret root account, so I have a back door into the laptop without throwing up any alarms. It's easy enough to do, even for someone with my skill level. It's amazing what you can learn from a few videos these days. Next, I check the camera access. With my level of control, there's an easy way to loop the footage and or outright erase it. Convenient. The latter would be noticed easily, but the former should work just fine for my purposes. I also note that the camera feeds are all being encrypted and piped to a server somewhere in the building. However, even with my level of access, I can't pierce the encryption or stop the feed entirely. With that all handled, I'd better check in on the girls. When I check cameras, I see that the only girl out of her recharge pod is Bonfie in the animatronics room. She's practicing with an electric guitar that's plugged directly into her thigh rather than a speaker. Can't hear her emitting any sound, yet she's jamming out all the same. I cue up the camera into comp to check in on her. Having fun, I see. Everything alright in there? Mr. Smith told me some of you girls don't take well to thunderstorms. Wait, I thought we changed the name. Josh? I don't remember that. Bonfie stops strumming her guitar to look up the nearest camera. Her voice hits my ears like a nice cold glass of milk hits your mouth after eating a particularly hot wing loaded with sauce. I don't do that. I just eat another wing. I love the spice. Hi there, Mr. Black. Everything's fine in here so far. Chiku's really the only one that has a lightning complex, and she's fast asleep. That's good. Say, mind if I ask a question? You just did, silly, but sure. Ha, fair. Why plug the guitar into your thigh and not a speaker? Do you have a built-in surround sound? Or a sound system? I do. I'm not specialized as Chiku or Frenni, but I can act as my instrument speaker whenever I want. They're built into my ears, see? She's closer to the camera. Her rabbit ears pointed and angled so I can see the speaker holes within it. That's quite the loadout. I'll have to get here earlier one night so I can see all 4 of you performing at once. That would be awesome. Since she's awake and I have nothing better to do, I start tossing some softball questions her way. Can you play the guitar, or are you musically inclined with other instruments? I can play pretty much anything decently except wind instruments. You could probably guess why. So I take it you're the main music producer on stage? Neat. Do you take requests? That depends on the nature of the request. Say, I wanted a solo performance of something like Thunderstruck. Bonfie taps her chin, her eyes flickering between red and blue before she answers. I need permission to come into the security room, or to go on stage for that. That latter needs Frenni's approval as well. That's an odd quirk of the rules. Best I note that for later. Speaking of rules, anything I should know about the nightclub that might not be obvious? Like, what do you do when not performing, for example? That's an easy one. The upstairs is for VIPs and private shows. The whole point of the downstairs is for us girls to find good marks and convince them they want to pay extra to see some more robo skin. Giggity. I'm really, really good at pole dancing, so I tend to be upstairs in costume, and out of it when not on stage. Aside from that, I think the only thing you're not allowed to do besides fucking us is to go into Mr. Smith's office without his permission. Though that makes both all the more fun. What about thunderstorms? Is it safe for you to be in the charging pods if there's a power surge? And is Chico afraid of lightning thunder, or just doesn't like it? I think it's safe for us to be in the pods. I don't really remember the last time the power ran out completely. As for Chiku, well... She leans in super close to the camera to whisper. One time she got locked out of the club by accident during a thunderstorm and ended up struck by lightning. She got repaired and all that, but she still has some understandable hang-ups about the whole thing. Understandable. Thanks for sharing, Bonfi. Don't mention it. Right as I'm about to ask something salacious, there's a shuttered boom that rumbles through the floor. Power goes out instantly, plunging me into darkness. Uh-oh! The only light comes from the laptop screen. On it pops up a warning. Warning, network connection lost. Webcam recording enabled. Tapes will be checked. Do not fuck the animatronics. Well, wouldn't you know? Fucking boss thought of everything, you goddamn dick. A little red light appears next to the webcam built into the laptop screen. It's gotta have IR or night vision. Otherwise, wouldn't it be useless in situations like this? Maybe it's meant to be so if I were to unplug the laptop or take it off the Wi-Fi, that automatically records what's going on. That's a security feature I was expecting, but hoping I wouldn't have to deal with. Speaking of security features, there's a sudden knock at the security room door. Hey stud, now that the power's out, we can have some fun together. We could have a threesome if you wanted. I know you want a solo performance, but how about a group one instead? Then, in a much quieter, angelic, though still horny tone, Chiku speaks. Let me in. I need to cuddle something right now really bad. Oh boy. We've got some things going on. Yeah, we'll overwrite. Why not? Search for a vent or another way out of the room. Tell the girls they have to be good and wait for you upstairs. Or let them in. Well, we let Frenni in before and that didn't work out too well for us. Sure. There's no way that door is going to hold back 4 animatronics. One way or another, I'm fucked. Might as well accept what's coming to me. Yeah. This is definitely not what we wanted. Finally, we get a piece of your ass. I wonder how long you'll last. Hold them down, girls. Time to show Mr. Black how we do things at Fazclaire's. Oh god. Yay. Well, at least you went out with a bang. Literally. Woohoo! Alright. Back to where we were. I think I'm gonna make a second save because now we're gonna do... Tell the girls you have to be good and wait upstairs. My mind's telling me no, not my body. My body is telling me yes. Thankfully, I masturbated before coming. Else I'd have to fight the urge to let them in. I adopt a sincere, somber tone and speak through the door. Are you all that eager to get rid of me? You know if Mr. Smith finds out that I won't have a job anymore, right? There's a pause, then each girl answers in turn. You make an excellent point, Mr. Black. Sorry, I just got lost in the moment. Yeah, I feel bad now. Sorry. I don't want you to have to leave. I just haven't had a good fucking ages. I'm just horny because I'm a rabbit. Yeah, they do. F like rabbits. Cuddles. Well, if you all promise to be good, go wait for me upstairs as I try to figure out if I can get the lights back on. Do that for me? Sure thing, Mr. Black. Yeah, you've got it. I'll hop right up there. Cuddles. I hear them shuffling away, without the cameras. I have no idea if they actually gone upstairs or have just moved down the hallway. They could be waiting to pounce me the moment I leave. Aside from the laptop screen, all I have is a flashlight built into my phone. Looks like I still have a signal too. That might be useful. Do I trust the girls or find somewhere to hide? Yep, I have to make a new save. And the thing is, I'm not going to remember what save is what. So, I don't know. Trust the girls and go check the breakers. I just have to trust the girls. If they were sincere, then they should be heading up to the private booth to wait for me. If not, well, hopefully my 2 days worth of pay will tide me over on rent for a week or two. Use my phone's flashlight, I leave the security room and make my way to where I recall seeing the breaker box on the club's floor plan. When I get there, I see that all the fuses have been triggered. That strike of lightning must have hit the building, or at least somewhere nearby. Try flicking the fuses back on one by one, but the power stays out. Since I'm near the back door to the club, I poke my head outside. The rain's really coming down, so my head gets soaked in moments. Looks like every building and street I can see out the back is in pitch blackness. That means the power is out for this part of the city, not just the club. Looks like all I can do is hang out with the girls now. I made my bed, and I have to lie in it, or get fucked in it, as might be the metaphorical case. I head for the VIP stair access and climb up. Waiting for me in one of the booths are the 4 girls. Their eyes are all green now for some reason. Green, what does that mean? I check the breakers, and it looks like power is out for the portion of the city. We have the club to ourselves at the moment. No chance of being overheard. For a moment, I swear the way Fexa licks her lips and her eyes narrow means she's about to pounce me. But then she's back to normal. She moves aside, patting the space between her and Chico for me to come sit. Well, we aren't gonna fuck you, as promised. Come take a seat. At least they're honest. I slip past Frenni and Fexa, doing my best not to rub against them too much. I don't plan on fucking them either, for now. But I don't want to give Mr. Smith any excuse in case he checks them out thoroughly in the morning. As I settle in, Chiku moves closer to lean on my shoulder and hold my arm between her boobs with a soft, contented sigh. So what's with the green eyes? I've seen blue and red, but not green. Green means we're not being limited by our restraints. Red means those restraints are either stopping us from acting, or we don't have the right permission to do something. So, wait. Green means we should be worried then, not red, because red means that they're being prevented from doing what they want. Blue is just us interfacing with the main server. Right now, you're all purely you? In a manner of speaking, yes. For the first time in... How long has it been, Fexa? 2 years, 5 months, 16 hours, 52 minutes. Do I need to go on? No, that will do. Thank you. The point is, Mr. Black, that we have the rare opportunity to speak and act both earnestly and completely truthfully. A number of questions come to mind, but one sticks out in particular. I won't lie, that's kind of fucked up. And it's got me thinking. Between Frenni's song and me seeing you all yawn yesterday morning, I have to ask, were you 4 always animatronics? All the girls' eyes flash red for a brief second. I think I just asked the exact wrong question when they turned back to green. No. We can't talk about it directly. It's part of our core programming that remains even when the main server's connection is lost. As Bonfrey stands to lazily trail around the stripper pole, Frenni picks up the thread of conversation. What can we say that is someone... Wait, what we can say is that someone once came close to figuring out a way to remove all of our limitations and let us truly be free again. Then Mr. Smith found out and threw him out for going crazy. That must be the guy he mentioned from a year back. I don't get it though. Why go all this effort and then limit you so much? Why am I getting secret messages and weird instructions? Why was the first thing you did when you were here mostly free was try to fuck me? Well, that's easy. We're hot, and fucking someone makes me feel not like this. As for the rest, Mr. Smith is using us as prototypes. He's hoping to iron out all the kinks, so he can mass produce girls like us and expand the nightclub across the country. I'd buy one. Joke's on him. I'm kinkier than a garden hose. I don't know what to say. That sucks. It really sucks. Does that mean the past night guards all found out about you or violated the don't fuck rule? The last guy tried to fuck Chiku, but when his dick nearly got severed, Mr. Smith kicked him out and told him he paid for the surgery to save the cock if the guy kept his mouth shut. Chiku squeezes my arm tighter. I didn't like him much anyways. But wait, how did it almost get severed? I take a moment to process all this information. How can I help you girls always be like this? This sucks, it really does. But I want to help if I can. Vexa put a finger underneath my chin and turns my head to look at her. Then she boops my nose. That's simple. They used the little boop sound, I love that. We gotta use Smith's own rules against him. I did manage to get admin access to the security room's laptop, but I can only erase or modify footage. Sounds like we need more than that. I believe the answer lies in the 5th pod. You know, the one without a name tag. I've heard Mr. Smith talking about creating another girl, but I've never seen so much as a frame for one. Maybe it's in his office, or in the server room. Could be. Our memories get wiped whenever we go into either location. That's seriously heavy. Glad I asked, but geez, I can't help but look at the girls in a new light after hearing all this. I instinctively turn to pat Chiku's head as I try and change the subject to something more pleasant. Maybe I can find a way to get them talking about themselves, indirectly, to get around that pesky core programming. Let's shift gears for a bit. This is a rare opportunity for me to get to know each of you as individuals. Anyone want to volunteer to go first? Bring it, dude. Alright, first question. Let's say you're given the chance to have any job in the world, free of this place. What would you do? Vexa considers my question before blushing and murmuring. Probably an architect by day and a stud's pet by night. I see. What about you, Frenny? Oh, an idol for sure. That or a voice actress. And you, Bonfy? Still a stripper. I like that answer. I looked at Chiku and asked quietly. And you? Nuclear engineer. I know, it's dumb. No, that's like the opposite of dumb. Chiku brightens a little at that, which makes everything worth it in my eyes. Alright, next question. What's the most embarrassing thing you can remember doing? How come we're not answering questions? I don't want to talk about it. What she means to say is that she once had to perform as a fox girl maid. She was the cutest thing ever, but hates putting on the outfit. As for me, let's see. Probably the time I spilled beer all over an executive that Mr. Smith was trying to court. That wasn't embarrassing. That was awesome. Totally done on purpose. As for me, I'm not really embarrassed by anything at this point. I turn to once again to Chiku. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Okay, I won't. Okay. Next question. Ever role-played outside sexy stuff? The girls look at me like I'm crazy. Phew, nerd. I mean it. It might be a good thing for us to do when the power is out like this. Unless you want to play cards or Monopoly or something. Vexa cheats at Monopoly, though. I do not. You do, too. Bouncing your boobs in front of a guy and promising he can get a bunch of nudes from you in exchange for Boardwalk and Park Place. It's totally cheating. It's a legitimate strategy. Yes, it is. I agree with Fexa on that one. Before I can ask anything more, the lights begin to flicker back to life. I leap up so as not to get caught by the cameras, and the girls do likewise. Damn, our time's up already. Will any of you remember this conversation once the server's back up? During the night shift, yes. But we won't be able to access the data during the day without Mr. Smith finding out. Damn, alright. Everyone back to your pods. I'll go sing a song for Smith to grill me about later. With any luck, I'll have a solution to this soon. Deal? They all nod. Then we all sprint for our respective rooms. Girls make it to their pods, and I to the security room before the lights come back on fully. Laptop's still on and recording. According to the clock, it's only been 30 minutes since the power went out, meaning it's been 25 or so minutes since I left the security room to check on the breakers. Clear my throat, look directly at the laptop's webcam. Just to let you know, Mr. Smith, I didn't fuck the animatronics. All I did was watch them as they stood in place. You were right. All I had to do was order them and they listened. Laptop does not comment. However, after about 40 minutes, the phone on the desk rings. When I pick it up, I hear Mr. Smith on the other end. I just got the notification that power is back as well as the laptop feed. You did good, kid. I'm still going to use my admin access to question the girls directly come the morning. But you don't look like a fucking mess like the last guy did before I fired him. Maybe you got what it takes to keep this job after all. Thanks, boss. I have to force myself to say the last word, despite how much I hate it on the girl's behalf. I'll do a round of the building to make sure nothing broke during the outage. Good thinking. I'm going back to sleep. Ciao. Now that the lights are back on and the girls are back in their pods, I have some time to kill. I've already done all I can with the security room laptop. I need to do further research in order to progress my progress any further. I might as well do a round of the building. As I wander the building, I realize there's an extensive ventilation system that runs into nearly every room. The vents are just big enough for me, but they're too small for the animatronics. Hopefully, I never had to hide from them. Well, maybe. Vents are good for hiding. My round of the building finishes around 6 a.m. I've made it through another night somehow. Yay! Night 2 done. With everything that's happened tonight, the siren call of my bed is highly tempting. However, I can't just go to sleep without making some headway on researching ways to help out the girls of the club. Where I see it, there's 4 main areas I can focus on. AI encoding, paranormal magic, local missing persons, crimes, and physical security systems. And how do all those go together? Paranormal magic, local missing persons, crime. Okay, I understand the AI encoding and physical security systems. Not those other ones. Oh, we have things up there. I can maybe eke out an hour's worth of research before I collapse at my desk. Well, I guess I'm going to be saving over this one. Let's do, local missing persons. If I can figure out who the girls used to be, I might gain some insight on how to free them. At the very least, I can give them back their identity. Problem is, I don't have a lot to go on. There's a number of cold cases that could fit the bill. I don't make a whole lot of headway. I end up climbing into bed around 9 a.m., sleeping right through to 6 p.m. When I wake, there's 2 texts. One from Smith. Girls checked out. Good job. Sending you a little bonus cash. Ooh, nice. The other is from Frenni, surprisingly. Hello, Mr. Black. Fexa passed along your number. I hope that's not a problem. I wanted to thank you for being so kind to Chiku last night. Not a problem. It's cute seeing you looking out for Chiku. You're a great friend. Can you let her know that I'm sorry I had to shoo her away with the rest of you like that when the power initially went out? Certainly. See you later tonight. That just leaves with about 6 hours before my shift starts. I need to spend some of that working out to maintain my physique. The rest can be devoted to research. Alright, let's give another save. So what should we do? Local missing. Still no major progress on finding of the girls' true identities. However, I can at least pick up at that local college. Waterfall Institute has a large number of incidents that show up in the public crime records. suppose that's to be expected, given that the college is right in the middle of the city and how many people flow through that area. With research out of the way, I pump some iron and work off some of my residual anxiety nerves. My mind is clearer now that I have a goal in mind, freeing the girls from Smith's control. But, as with all things, time is short. I have to head to work. Wait, we're only able to get a little bit? How are we going to get to 1,000? Alright, night 3. This is a good time to save. I guess. Alright, so we're finding a little bit more about the place. Mr. Smith obviously is up to something he shouldn't be doing. We're making friends with the girls. And we're going to help them out somehow. Don't know how, but But on that note, you all have yourselves a good one, and I will see you later.